Welcome to the Anaconda Augusta Western Australia round of the National Series, and with me we have a very special guest who's racing on the weekend, Mr. Ben Fogle. Welcome all the way from England. Now you've chosen the Anaconda Adventure Race as part of a very special series. Can you tell me a little bit about why you're here?
Yeah, we've been working on a series called Year of Adventures. We've travelled all around the world taking on all sorts of weird and wonderful challenges, from diving between the tectonic plates in Iceland. We've been up paragliding. I've done a solo skydive, a car rally, and this is where we end up. In fact, this is almost the end of the shoot here in Western Australia. And adventure racing is actually something quite new to me. I've done lots of the individual disciplines. So we did a big mountain, a 24-hour mountain race in America, actually called the Moab 24, and I did a swim from Alcatraz to San Francisco, for example, but I haven't done it all in one group. So I'm here, I suppose, to test myself and to have fun. You know, I'm not going to be up at the pointy end of the pack. I can tell you now, I'm not taking part to try and win this by any means. I'm just having a go and, you know, showing off Western Australia.
And like you know, mentioned a fair few big challenges there. How do you think the Anaconda is going to compare to the other challenges that you've done for the TV show?
Well, you know, we've been wrecking the route and I've been having a look around. I think the difference here is that they're all back to back. So it's, you know, 5, 6, 7 hours of adventure racing, and that's going to take it out. Now listen, I've done some big challenges over the years, you know, that some of which have lasted for months and months, rowing across the Atlantic being one example. But I think this will be very different because we're going to have heat to deal with. Depending on the weather, we might have, you know, a lot of sun, so you've got sunstroke. So there's all sorts of different disciplines that come into this. But, you know, I'm here for the crack. I'm here just to have fun, to meet other competitors, and to, you know, to show off the fantastic landscape you've got.
Now we're reading the local paper today a little bit about, you know, the reason for you being here, but we're also reading a little bit about something else you might have to deal with out there, that being the sharks. Now, being from England, not necessarily a massive thing over there. Is that something that plays on your mind?
Listen, I'm part of the Jaws generation. I watched that film as a child and got scared out of the water for ages. I think you can't be British and not be terrified of sharks. I think here in Australia you grow up a bit like snakes as well. You grow up with them in your backyard, so you kind of become used to it and you learn how to deal with it. I must admit, I'd be lying if I didn't say that was playing on my mind. So I've already decided to, wherever I am when I'm swimming, I'm going to surround myself with as many other swimmers as possible. But, you know, in all seriousness, obviously there have been some incidents here on the coast, and I think you also have to be sensible, don't you, about what you do and when you do it. And we are going into their habitat, let's be honest. You know, we like to play in the oceans, but ultimately it is their place. But I think the organisers have enough sensible precautions in place that I'm not going to get chomped.
Yeah, look, I think you're fairly safe. I mean, this is, I believe, the 6th round of the Anaconda, and no one's been chomped yet, so I think you're okay. Now, speaking of a bit of training and strategy, you've been training with the current, or the champion from 2010, Grant Suckling. How's that been going? He's been a bit of your, you know, your mentor as such while you've been here. You've been doing a little bit of paddling, a little bit of riding.
Grant is a machine. You know, I took one look at him when he rode. You can tell a proper adventure racer, and he's awesome. He's amazing. Yeah, he took me out kayaking. That's going to be my weakness. I've never done ocean kayaking before, so to suddenly take on that is quite a big thing. I spent more time in the water than on the kayak, and I think Grant was looking at me going, "Whoa," shaking his head. But I think we both have quite similar philosophies. What I like about Grant is he only came into this sport in his 30s. You know, he was a late comer to it, and in many ways, I'm exactly the same, that I didn't start doing endurance sports until I was in my 30s as well. And it's something that I think I've got better at, he's also got better at. So even though we're totally different levels, we both have the same perspective and outlook on life. And, you know, he's definitely one to watch out for. I've been trying to get some of his strategies for the weekend, and he's really going for it. He obviously doesn't want to lose to the Kiwis. No. And he's going to go for it. And I think that's going to be awesome to watch as well. Not that I'll be able to watch it because I'll be somewhere at the back.
Well, you know, speaking of you being at the back, I mean, once you're out there, you say that you're here for the crack, but once you're out there, is there a little bit of, you know, competitive nature in yourself that comes to the fore once you're out there?
Yeah, you can't take part in any sort of race like this and not get swept up in the moment. And so I've been quite lucky in this series. I've taken part in quite a lot of big events, and I've surprised myself on most of them. So listen, it would be nice to do quite well out here, but I'm not gonna cry and go back with my tail between my legs if I don't. don't. But yeah, of course, you know, 1,800 people on that start line down at the lighthouse. It's going to be awesome, isn't it? The adrenaline's going to be pumping, and we're going to go with this. And who knows where I'm going to end up.
Good stuff. Well, Ben Fogle, thank you very much for coming to Augusta, WA for the Anaconda Adventure Race, and good luck out there.
Thank you.